Okay, Joe Leigh here, 4 seconds out. Delighted to be joined by the undisputed super lightweight champion of the world, Josh Taylor. How are things, man?
All good, mate. All good. Good press conference and that done today. So, aye, doing well.
Yeah. Obviously mentioning undisputed super lightweight champion of the world. How did that sound when you first became super lightweight? You kind of said up at the press it was kind of bittersweet because there was no UK coverage and it was kind of no fans over in Vegas as well. Obviously it's changed now, and you must feel like you are truly the undisputed champ. But straight after the fight, was it a bit strange for you?
No, it was great. It was just a sense of mission accomplished. You know, a lifetime of dedication, hard work, sacrifice. You know, ups and downs, many ups and downs, many ups, many really down low parts as well. So, just an achievement, a lifetime of hard work and dedication paying off. So it was really sweet and really proud. It was just like, oh, I've done it, man. It was just a wave of emotions. It wasn't until I got back that I sank in what I'd done, you know, because I was on a massive high after the fight. Went out, I had a good drink with the team. You know, that was there in the little pocket. There was a wee pocket of Scottish guys in there as well, and that managed to sneak in. So went out and had a party with them on the night after the fight, and yeah, I was just on a massive high the rest of the trip because I was buzzing that I'd been the best in the world, undisputed world champion, and you know, the achievement of being the first person from the UK to do it, you know, and just massive proud moment. Yeah.
And although Jack Catterall is no easy opponent, is this almost a reward for what you've done over the last few years, and obviously against Jose Carlos Ramirez in Vegas?
How do you mean a reward?
Going home, going to Scotland and having thousands of people.
Well, it's always good to get back home and, you know, box in front of the friends and the home fan base, you know, in a packed arena. It's always great to do that. So, yeah, but you know, it's got its challenges. This fight, it's got its tricky parts that I need to deal with and need to make sure that I deal with well. So yeah, it's a tricky fight for sure. It's not going to be a walkover job, but I know for certain, 100% that I'm winning the fight. No doubt in my mind. But it's not going to be as easy as everybody thinks.
He obviously doesn't agree that what you've just said. How do you see this fight going into?
He really believes it though. Don't know if he really believes it.
How do you mean by that?
I just don't know if he really truly believes it. I can tell. He doesn't really truly believe it.
Out in Vegas, obviously for your fight ringside, what do you think he was thinking?
I couldn't care what he thinks. I couldn't really give a monkey's what he thinks, or what he thinks he sees. I don't care what he thinks. I just know that he ain't winning or getting anywhere near the belts on February 26th.
Now I know you rank him. I know you're not taking him lightly at all. But where would you rank him in terms of previous opponents?
He's up there. I wouldn't say it's a hard question to answer. I wouldn't say right now he's the best of the opponents that I've been in with. But it's an almost impossible question to answer because I've not been in the ring with him yet. I've not shared the ring with him to rate him, you know. So it's an impossible question to ask that. I can only answer that question after the fight.
And after the fight, I don't want to talk about who you're going to fight, but do you think this could be the last one at super lightweight? Possibly,
you know. If there's a real big fight comes along, providing it all goes my way on February 26th. That I can always stay. I can do the rest of my career at 140, but I've got to set new goals, set new targets, so I don't keep stale. Set new ambitions, you know, to keep the hunger and the motivation alive. So it'd be to move up to 147 and set new goals and new targets, become a two-weight world champion.
Yeah, of course. I know you mentioned you don't want to talk about opponents at 147 if you do go up, so I'll leave that out. But on kind of what Lopez was thinking pre-fight, obviously we're pre-fight now, do you feel he potentially looked past Kambosos and looking at guys like you?
What do you think?
It's not about me.
What do you think?
It's not about me, but obviously he was talking.
Because you always think that his actions and his words and his attitude before the fight. So you're asking that because that's what you think as well, aren't you?
Well, obviously pre-fight he talked a lot about what was happening post-fight, and this is what I'm saying.
Your question now, you answered my question.
Happily, okay. So pre-fight he was talking a lot about what's going to happen post-fight, which is why I said to you.
So do you think you overlooked
him? I think he took him seriously, but I think what I would say is he talked too much about fighting other people. I don't know if he overlooked him.
That's it. He looked past it. He looked past what was in front of him, and he paid the price for it.
Did you see what happened? Obviously, he was in hospital afterwards. And
Nah, I never seen any of that. No.
okay. Well, what did you make of the fight anyway? Just kind of on that. I'm sure you watched it.
I watched it actually on a phone while I was at a boxing session. I was actually at a boxing show. Can't remember who it was now. It was a good fight as well. BBC one. Can't remember who it was fighting. I can't remember. Anyway, it was a good show. I was at that and I was actually watching it on the phone while I was watching other fights. And Kambosos done very well. Got the tactics spot on and beat him up.
Yeah. How do you guarantee? Obviously, we just spoke about this a minute ago. Jack Catterall doesn't destroy this homecoming for you.
Because I just know he's not been in with anywhere near the level the likes of me, and he's just not as good a fighter as myself. You know, he's done all the right things. He's beat every opponent that he's been in with, but he's not fought any world class opponents. He's not been in on the big stage. He's not been in with world champions, seasoned champions. You know, he's just not been at the level, and I don't believe he's on my level. But obviously that's all smoke and mirrors, you know, because I have to go and prove it on February 26th. But I just don't believe he gets anywhere near me.
Obviously, early in December now. It's over 2 months away. Are we going to sneak a few Christmas puddings in on 25th?
We'll have a little bit of something, you know, but I can't obviously overindulge. I'll be heavy into my diet, and by then, you know, my nutritionist won't be happy with me, you know. But I'll definitely have a wee bit of good dinner, but that'll be about it.
Jack Catterall told me he's having nothing. Christmas for him is on February 27th. Do you believe he's not going to have any Christmas pudding?
I couldn't care what he does. I don't think he will. He looks a wee bit chubby, a wee bit heavy, but I couldn't give a shit what he does.
Talk to us about the support that you're going to bring. Obviously, it's going to be one of the best supports just because of the what's on the line now, the undisputed status.
Yeah, and it's back in Scotland since 2019, since I boxed Baranchek for the title. It's the last time I boxed at home. So yeah, the home fans have been sort of starved of a big show since then. So yeah, it's going to be huge. It's going to be a packed out arena, sold out. So it's going to be great.
Yeah, you brought fans to the Pro Grey fight in London. What is your favourite fight when you look back at it?
I'm not sure. I think probably the Harry Davis fight was a good one. I'd say that my most beneficial win was with Victor Postel. I think that I learnt a lot in that fight, you know, because I was still quite inexperienced as a pro, hadn't been at world level, hadn't been in with these top opponents, you know, in a fight anyway, you know. So I learned an awful lot about myself in that fight, and took a lot from it. So I'd say that's probably my best one. Yeah.
And obviously this fight, if you come through this one, is going to be on. Well, regardless, it's going to be on Sky Sports. Just talk to us about how delighted you are now that you're fighting back on terrestrial.
Yeah, it's good. You know, I think it's just been a bit of bad timing with my career in the last fight, with not getting picked up. I think obviously with the departure in Matchroom and Sky when that was going on at the time, so it was just a little bit of bad timing that I never got picked up. But yeah, I'm delighted that I'm on Sky, the best platform I can be on. You know, gets the biggest numbers. The Sky machine's huge, and it'll help take my profile to the next level. So yeah, it's going to be good.
And I'll segue this into the last topic then. Obviously, talking about big profile, obviously with Top Rank over in America as well, that can only help you become one of the biggest Scottish fighters, best of all time. How far are you away from that?
I don't know. I don't think about being better than anybody. You know, all the previous champions before me have done great for themselves in Scotland in their own right. You know, look at Ricky Burns as a three-weight world champion. He's done brilliant for Scotland, put Scotland on the map. You know, you had Scott Harrison, Jim Watt, Ken Buchanan, Benny Lynch. They've all done great things for Scottish boxing, and I'm the latest one. So I'm not interested in competing with any of the rest of them. I'm just interested in being the best and going down as a Hall of Fame fighter and one of the all-time greats in boxing. You know, I'm not interested in being better than anybody else from my home country, because all the champions before me inspired me to do what I'm doing. So I don't want to be better than anyone.
And this is the last thing we'll say. Obviously, we see you on Fight Week more than a lot of fighters. You'll switch into such a you're so focused. So literally from, I don't know if it's the second Monday hits and it's fight week, you're just a different fighter, a different person. You just seem like you could just get angry with anything and anyone. Do you feel like fight week comes, you're in Scotland, Jack Catterall, you see him, it could potentially get a little bit?
Just see what comes. I never plan anything. See what my mood is at the time. You know, I've been in fights where it's maybe at the weigh and it only gets done. I've been in fights where I don't really bother at all. It just depends on the mood and your mindset at the time. It just depends. You know, I could be talking to you today and I could be pissed off and in that mood, and I could be in that mood. You know, it's just whatever mood you're in, really.
Well, I'm going to end it here because otherwise you might switch.
No, I don't think so.
Listen, I really look forward to this fight. It's one of 3 big fights on Sky at the start of next year, and to end it all on February 26th. Look forward to it, and thank you for speaking to me.
No worries, mate. Cheers.